Welcome to FredTalk. I am your host, Freddie Valoy. We are here for another Dolocast. How's everybody doing, huh? How you doing? Did you have the hot girl summer or the hot boy summer you were planning on, huh? Did you have sex with the people you wanted to have sex with? Did you maybe stay away from sex? Some people are they're doing sex fasting. That's when you know you've been having a lot of sex. You got to take a break. So like, some people did that. Did you do the things you wanted to do this summer? Did you reconnect? Or did you stay inside all day watching YouTube videos, huh? Or watching TV? Because I've done the third. I'm gonna be honest. Been just working and doing the TV thing. So my summer has been pretty uneventful. And I think that's okay because I think we've had a lot of events. I think it's been very eventful the last couple of years. So every now and then it's good to have a little downturn, you know? About to start picking it up here again in the fall. Yeah, dude, how's everybody doing? You guys okay with the heat? I'm finally used to the heat. I used to say I hate the summer, and now I'm just like, it's whatever, you know? You just get used to the sweat. You get used to the sweat, and you get used to the humidity. I used to really hate that. Like, I want to go somewhere with dry heat, right? Out west, they got the dry heat. And I was in Colorado one time buying some shirts for the family. You know, it was the last day. We're picking up some touristy stuff for the family to let them know we were thinking about them. And this lady's like, "Oh, where you guys from?" She's at the counter. And we're like, "Oh, North Carolina." She goes, "Ugh, oh my gosh, the humidity out there." Now, mind you, I don't judge people off looks like that, whatever. But if you're going to come hot on my block, you're going to come hot talking about my block, which is North Carolina right now, is my block, I'm going to have some things to say about you. Now, I didn't say it because I don't want to be mean, but I was definitely thinking, because when you look at the lady, her skin was dry as shit, and it was cracked. The doctor could have prescribed her 3 months in North or South Carolina. She needed the humidity, but she was hating on it. But isn't that life, though, right? You stay away from the things you got to do, right? You stay away from the pain. The discomfort of humidity caused her to stay out west in the dry ass high altitude. She was crusty. Would never have said that to her face. She didn't deserve that, but she came at it hot. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even one of these like territory motherfuckers like that, but like, yeah, she literally went, blech. I was like, bitch, you better not open your mouth don't open your mouth too wide or too quick because your shit will crack open in half. That's how dry her skin was. Her whole head would have split open in half had she gotten a little too crazy with it. Next time I go back, I'm going to bring her some lotion, right? I'm not just going to bring up the problem. I'm going to be like, yo, you just why don't you go ahead and use this, all right? You need it more than I do. Speaking of hot girl summer, here's our first story from today. Oof, this one's crazy. Groom played a sex tape of a cheating wife at wedding. And then in little letters it says the video was played on a huge projector screen for 5 minutes. Dude, this is in China, by the way, if you need some frame of reference, if you need to paint a picture. The clip originally went viral in 2019, but was recently shared again on TikTok, where it has 6 million views. Ooh, man. Here's another part of the story. The disgraced woman then throws her bouquet at her husband as he can be heard shouting, "Did you think I didn't know about this?" Damn, bro. That's like the level of planning to achieve that. Like, he had to sit on that information. He had to record it. That's a little psychopathic. He loves the drama. Right? Because any normal person probably would have just left, called it. Actually, no, I take that back. Most normal people would have just not said anything or said something but never really done anything about it, you know? You have the argument, but you're not going to leave because there's that weird feeling about being alone. So we'll deal with shitty relationships, especially cheaters. We'll take them back, especially if you got kids. So I don't even want to comment on that because apparently when you have kids, according to my sister, you turn into a weak bitch. And you start dealing with things that you normally wouldn't because you want the family to stay together, right? Because it's better to be in a toxic family and show children that than to show kids being split up than to show the kids that you're separated and happy, right? Separated and happy is not as good as together and toxic and acting like the kids don't realize it. Bro, there's an energy. There's an energy to life, and kids aren't adulterated by, I feel like kids aren't adulterated by life yet, so they can really feel that shit. Like, what the hell's going on? I've had divorced couples or divorced people tell me when they told their kids, more times than not, the kids were like, if they were in their late teens, the kids would be like, thank God. Holy shit, we were wondering when you guys were going to do that. It was weird in this house. You're just harshing everybody else's vibe because you ain't got the gumption. So anyway, normal course of action for people would be usually to stay. But this motherfucker, or I would say second degree, would be you confront the person and leave, right? That's the best option. This dude has a flair for the theatrics. He went through with the wedding. And by the way, I so that means he spent extra money just to pull off this stunt. He spent extra money. He could have not wasted everybody's time. Bro, this man is a fucking villain. Yo, now that I'm really thinking about this man is the Joker. People flew in. They took time out of their day. They got babysitters. They took time off of work. The whole time this motherfucker was just going to drop this on her, bro. He is a Batman villain. Oh my gosh. So he's sitting on this tape, shows it to her, and another little side story. Throughout my life, there's probably been about 2 to 4 instances where I've heard 2 of them were direct. The others were indirect, like second or third degree, where the guy doesn't want to get married. The guy doesn't want to get married, but he's following through with it. And you ready for this? He's following through with it because of the deposit. We already put the deposit down. He's like, I don't want to marry her, but we already put the deposit down, which already, if somebody says that, they're fucking idiots. Right? Because you're going to spend that money anyway if you stay in it, and then you're going to spend more on the back end with the divorce, the time, all that stuff. Now, maybe that's just a way, dudes are like afraid of commitment, so they start getting cold feet, so they start thinking about that, and then they come up with a bullshit reason to stay. But this Chinese man here that played this video said, fuck the deposit, fuck everybody's time and energy. Dude, and he played this video for 5 minutes. For 5 fucking minutes. And this is a quote from the article. It says, the guest of the newlyweds in China can be seen looking on in horror as a steamy bedroom scene featuring the bride and her new husband's brother-in-law. Whoa, plays out from the project. Oh, so he fucked the brother. Damn, dude, this is just toxic. This got toxic roots. The whole family's fucked up. So the bride slept with his brother, the groom's brother. This is, they got to make like a 5-episode Netflix series on this, bro. This is crazy. Like, what was it like leading up to it? Did he ever close the door behind him and go, like knowing he was going to play this video of his wife having sex with his brother-in-law, bro? And then what's the aftermath after that? Like, what's the reaction of some of the guests? Right? Because I would say most people are pissed. You fucking asshole. Why would you do that? I'm sure it seems like she got mad at him. She threw the bouquet at him like he was the one cheating. Granted, guys, would I do this? No, this is too much time and energy, and the execution on this is just something I personally don't have the skill set for. I would just leave. But I respect that this dude went above and beyond with the theatrics here. He's got to be some kind of narcissist or something. This was like a 5-minute video. The guests are in horror. Slept with, this is just, toxic roots. I want to know the people. There had to be a small pocket of people at this wedding that walked up to him and dapped him up like, yo, bro, that was some hard ass shit you did there, bro. That's some real G shit. And maybe like a coworker, maybe his boss. If his boss was there from work, what if his boss was there? I was like, dude, you know what? I told you 2 weeks ago I wasn't going to give you that promotion, but this move right here shows initiative. It shows creativity and execution. You got the promotion and a raise. I wonder, are the identities kept safe? Like, do people know about this? Like outside of the wedding? Well, they definitely do, bro. People talk. This would have been. And then think about on the other side, on the bride side, the hater friends, because a lot of weddings have girls that just hate, bro. They just comment on everything they would have done differently. Oh, they did this, they did that. You know, that little pocket of women that was just judging the whole wedding the entire time was like, oh my God, this is great. This is amazing. Like they were reveling in this lady's horror. And I got to assume if she did this, she's a piece of shit. If she's with this dude who also seems like a piece of shit, I mean, the brother's fucking her. Like I said, these two families have toxic roots. This is modern day Game of Thrones for these people. So, yeah, they probably have, this is probably like a whole big like 90210 situation, mad drama. But all things aside, I mean, we got to give it up to this dude for having the patience. I just wouldn't have the emotional. I would be like, what the fuck did you do? He said, you think I didn't know? Playing a 5-minute video, bro. That's some gangster ass shit right there. I'm sorry. This is, as they say, city boys up on this one. This one is is it? Or is it a city boy wash? If you don't know what city boys up is, anytime a girl or a guy does something to best, if you do something to best the opposite sex, I'm trying to explain this for people that aren't tapped into the urban culture. It's in a joking manner. It's typically something toxic. It's just funny and fun and games. You would say city boys up or city girls up. So like a girl using a guy for dinners for like, let's say 5 dinners straight without giving him any sex, one would count that as a city girls up. Okay. A guy that sleeps with a girl on the first date and he only paid for like a couple coffees, one would say that is a city boys up. So I'm asking you as a listener, when was your last city boy or city girl up, depending on your gender, whatever the hell you identify as? Huh? What was the last time you got one up on the other gender? We could do non-toxic ones too. A guy going to therapy, that is city boys up to me. That is true city boys up. A woman going to get her pap smear, city girls up. We can turn it into a positive thing. It's all about fun here. So, listener, I ask you, when was your last city boy up? Moving on. I'm actually going to cover this. I'm going to skip here. I've spent a lot of time on that couple. I think that was a very fun breakdown. Let me know what you guys think. Oh man, they just can't. The media just can't. This one's, here's a new thing. I haven't done a huge deep dive into this, but I definitely did enough, I think, to talk about it here on the show. FBI executes a search warrant at former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. And I got to tell you, the liberals are loving it. But my question is like, is this the real deal or is this like everything else that you're like, oh, we got him this time. We got him. And you don't got him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do another Dolocast in like 2 weeks and do a more deep dive. But already, if you've listened to my show before, I've said this before, you're going to see the political parties flip-flop on the things they think they stand for, but they're just following ideology. They just want their side to win. So at the moment, whatever is in their best interest is what they're going to go for, right? So the FBI is doing they're searching shit, and right now, the conservatives aren't really loving law enforcement as much as they usually do, which is funny. Now a lot of them are saying the FBI is corrupt, this and that, blah blah blah. It's like what happened to, I remember when they searched Hillary's shit with the whole emails and everything. And if you know, I don't give a shit about Hillary. I think, right? If you've listened to the show, don't care about, she's a 10, but she fumbled Benghazi. You feel me? Like, when they searched through Hillary, I mean, they had a whole slogan, lock her up. Lock her up. They wanted her to search, but now they're searching your boy Trump shit, and people ain't liking it on the right. And I'm calling Hippocrates. I'm calling Hippocrates on you motherfuckers, bro. Already, I said, watch, within 5 years, they're going to flip on a hard-ass thing that they stand for, and it's the fucking thin blue line. Or does the FBI not count under the thin blue line? Is that, I could see that being more of a navy blue line, right? With yellow hue. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think something's going to come out of this, or is this again one of those things that just gets people excited? You know, they give you a little sniff of the coke, and then they never give you the bag again. This is what the media does with this. But I heard some left-wing folk talking about this, and they sounded probably more sure that this is going to be the thing. That I don't know. He's not going to get arrested. He has too much money and fame to be arrested, I think. I think there's a point where that happens, bro. Trump in prison, that would be, I mean, that would be something else. And presidents probably don't go to the same prison. I feel like prison for a president, an ex-president, or a super rich dude, you're just living like a regular person. They're like, hey, you got this is your cell. Your cell is 9,000 square feet. You have a yard. We're going to give you a dog because, you know, some people we got to have some kind of companionship. You know, sometimes you won't have hot water. You'll run out of hot water. And a couple days a year, we have to knock the AC out just so you know how it is to be struggling like a regular person. Maybe that's and you get butt fucked once a year. I don't know. So I'm going to follow up on this story in 2 weeks. Just wanted to bring it up and bring up the point that conservatives ain't loving law enforcement as much as they usually do. So if you have an explanation for this and you're conservative, I know I have listeners on both sides and right down the middle, let me know. Send me articles that I'm not going to read. I'm just kidding. Seriously, send me some shit, valid stuff, not just, oh, this is fucking. Another thing too is somebody sent me. I follow a few conservative accounts on Instagram for the sole purpose of, like, I want to see what the popular conservative channels are putting out to the people. Same way I follow left-wing shit that I don't really agree with. Like, I follow Vice News, but I don't fuck with Vice. I just know that they're a popular left-wing thing, so I want to see what they're putting out there to the people. And that's kind of how I gauge my shit, read the stories from there. Yeah, somebody reached out, was like, yo, bro, you okay? And they sent me a screenshot because, you know, it tells you, like, the people you follow sometimes. I think it's called Millennial Republicans, I think is the account. I'm like, yeah, dude, I perfectly fine. But, like, I just told them what I told you guys. I follow left-wing accounts. I'm not a liberal. I'm not conservative. But I need to know what the hell everybody else is listening to because a lot of people, they love their accounts. They love you know, they'll share their Vice article and be like, look, I'm smarter than you because I shared something that I agree with. So what y'all think about Trump? I'm just saying, if Trump does go to prison, I would like for him to be sexually assaulted. Okay, moving on. Speaking of prison. Oh, what time we got? We got a couple minutes. Yeah, this one will be quick. This one is just like speaking of prison right here, bam. Man gets arrested on purpose because he could not afford to live freely. He claimed he would rather have 3 meals a day than be on the streets. Bro, I mean, that's a move. I'm sorry. That's different. Confessed police after stealing 3 bars of soap worth 51 baht. Where the fuck's that at? That sounds like Thailand or something. In Chonburi province in July. Yeah, this sounds like. Yeah, just the way the letters are. It seems like it's in Southeast Asia. Bro, I mean, that's a move. He's got a place to sleep, 3 meals a day. I have a family member that he went to prison and, you know, for a few years, and he got out and he wanted to go back in because my dad still at the time still had clout in the prison system and he was being protected by my dad's gang or whatever affiliations he had in there. And he said he was being treated like a king. And he was like, he was literally free from prison. He was like, yo, man, this shit is whack. I'm trying to go back to prison. Like he was a fucking king there. So it's really all about perception, right? This man, this could be some type of workaround. That's like panhandling. I think panhandling is a real job. Panhandling should be on that. That's a job that should be on that Mike Rose show, Tough Jobs. You sitting out in the heat all day or in the cold with a sign. What that does to your image, that's a whole different life. You can't be a panhandler and then hang out with normal people, right? I feel like you just got to be with the misfits after that. But they make a couple $100 a day. And that ain't bad, man. Sitting out in the heat. I mean, you have to have a whole different mindset for that. But I respect panhandlers and people that ask for money because, you know, I'm in sales and I sell shit. And even that makes me uncomfortable. I'm providing value and I'm just like, God, this person doesn't want to fucking talk to me right now. They don't want to fucking talk to a sales rep. So imagine just going and asking for money, which is just really GoFundMe these days. But guys, that is it for the Dolocast. Thank you so much. Really, really intrigued by that nefarious Chinese man at his wedding. I mean, just the level of planning that went into that. Sign up to my Patreon, patreon.com/Freddie Valois. There you get 2 extra episodes a month. My mom's on there a bunch. I do a bunch of other things. I'm taking suggestions on that one. You let me know. If you're paying $5 a month, you have a say, at least when it comes to my Patreon. Not like, you know, for this country, you pay like half of your income goes to taxes. And you still have no say. So I'm at least better than the U.S. government. That's why you should sign up to my Patreon. Love you guys. Bye.